All right, Warriors, Patriots, and Preppers. Something that was told to me that kind of helped shape my way of thinking. I was around 18 years old at the time, just getting started out in the industry I'm in now. And we were talking about money, and we were talking about this is right around when I think everybody was hating on Bush, and Bush was either running or he had barely been in office for a little bit. But needless to say, I said the phrase, I don't really care about politics. I just want to make money. And the person, he was a pretty good mentor. He was a little demented, had a little bit of problems of his own, but I learned a lot from him in the 8 months that we worked together. But he said that. He said, you may not care about politics, but politics care about you. And I've really grown to appreciate and understand that more and more as I get older. But the basis of what he was talking about was, you may not care about, kind of the cause celebrity that politics has turned into, and the little gaffes here and there, he said this, she said that, I can't believe he's golfing this much, I can't believe that he didn't show up to this meeting, or I can't believe he said that about that person. Those little things, I believe, really turn people off to politics in general, because it comes like a big old kind of like gossip show. And I think that's by design in many ways, to get you unfocused and distracted from the policy and there's a big wreck back there. The policy decisions and legislation that's moving forward. Because as they sit up there and they do the WWE thing where they're butting heads against each other, and in the background they're passing laws, they're making moves, and they're consolidating the power to the government and away from the power that's supposed to be with us, the people. And what we have going on right now with the Biden and Kamala Harris and Trump and all that, I'm done. I'm going to still share some memes, don't get me wrong, they're funny. But I'm done arguing politics with people. I'm done trying to convert people to my way of thinking. We got a short window to get prepared and to get ready. And I'll be focusing a lot of my efforts on that, because I know who I'm voting for already. I made a lot of concessions voting for Trump the first time. I typically vote for the Libertarian candidate, because that's where my political beliefs line up, is with the Libertarian platform. I don't lean left, other than it's your body. You have the right to do what you want with it. You have the right to put in what you want to put into it. Even though I think that drugs, alcohol, that stuff, when used in moderation, can be great for some people, but I believe it destroys more lives and causes more problems than it's ever going to solve. But I don't think the government has any right to legislate that. I think we should have our gun freedoms. I think public freedom of speech is obviously very important. I think people should be able to choose what they do in their personal lives, even though their spiritual lives may be compromised by it. So, I definitely lean more towards the libertarian point of view. And, there's a lot of Republicans out there, and I didn't realize this till I got to East Texas, who doesn't even know what a libertarian is. You say libertarian and they think you're a liberal. So I don't even bother trying to explain that shit anymore. But anyways, I'm done arguing with people about politics and trying to convert them, especially adults. Like if there's someone young and they're asking questions and they want to be informed and they're trying to figure out what decision to make, then I'm willing to engage with them. But arguing from a point of arguing with another adult who's coming from a point of true ignorance, I'm out on that. I used to have a little litmus test before I even talk politics with someone. You needed to know who your local officials were, and you needed to know who your state representatives were before I even thought about engaging in geopolitical and national political discussions with you, because to me it just didn't make sense if you weren't even engaged at the level that most affects you the most. But the whole thing I'm trying to say is, a lot of people are focused on the prepping, focused on sports or whatever, and they just don't want to get involved in politics. You need to, for yourself, be focused on politics and engaged in it, because you may not care about politics, but politics care about you, because they're going to be making laws, they're going to be making mandates, they're going to be making orders, they're going to be putting taxes on you. And if you don't speak up and you don't say something, no matter how little you feel like your voice matters, or how much say you feel like you may or may not have in a certain situation, it's important from a moral standpoint that you engage in this. So then if you have to disengage and make some tough moral decisions, you've already done everything that you needed to do in terms of they say, I posted it yesterday, but they have the soapbox. So we get out there, we speak, we talk, we give our point of view. They have the ballot box, we go and we vote. They have the jury box, because jury nullification is way underrated in this country, and there needs to be more of a push and a movement for that. But they have the jury box. So if you find that a law is unjust and it's unfair, you have the right as a juror to find that person not guilty, whether they did what they're trying to say that they did within that color of law or not. And then you have the ammo box, and we're getting closer and closer to the ammo box. But if you don't do those first three, and you don't take the time to be engaged beforehand, then you're not coming from a moral, you don't have a good moral high ground, I believe. And I think that's going to be the big determining factor as we go forward and things get a little more dicey in this country, is who has the moral high ground. So I encourage you to keep the moral high ground. I encourage you to stay focused on your preps, focused on yourself, and engage in politics from an individualistic point of view versus arguing with fools who don't know what they're talking about, who don't even have the basic comprehensions of their freedoms, but they want to vote away yours. So stay prepared, guys. Just a quick little jump in, quick little talk. Wanted to get that out of my mind. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. If you are, I appreciate it. And just keep prepping.